Hello viewers, my name is Canvas and welcome to the first live stream of this channel. So I did, I did 3 videos. It was one recording, but it was 3 videos in RaceRoom. And I saw that there's this special event 1 week after the 6 hours Imola IRL. There's this 2-hour special event in Imola, and I never did something like this, but thought it could be fun. And we are very close to it actually. There are like 7 minutes, a bit more out of qualifying. Obviously I wanna complete some laps, but I don't care that much because the result is not the most important now. But yeah, I don't necessarily want to be last, although that would be kind of funny. And yeah, since I generally like the faster cars more, I entered in the hypercar class. I think there's 10 of us and there are like 15 GT3s, which is going to be interesting because my experience with multi-class racing is, well, 0. So yeah, let's get out there. Do I have soft tires and not much fuel? Yes. Then it should be fine. Am I going to remember the buttons? Oh, it's flying lap. Okay. Can I play a control? I can already sense that my... Oh boy. That my chair is way too close. But it's probably gonna move backwards a bit anyway while I'm driving. Because I can already see that this is not how I expected it to go because I'm alone at the track. But it would be like realistic that I have to go out of the pit lane and all that stuff. But it makes it a bit easier. That's not where you brake apparently. And I cannot hose it down. Oh, that's cool. Then I have to struggle through this. Also, something is making weird noises when the steering wheel is vibrating. I'm not sure what that is. I think it's the arm of the microphone. It never did that before, but I was messing around with it before going live, so that could explain it. So I don't like driver aids, and this car doesn't have ABS, so that's good, but it does have traction control, which I did turn off. At least I turned off the TC cut in every gear, which I believe should mean that it's not going to intervene at all. So I'm going to decrease the discharge rate. I'm not sure what's the word for it. Is it MGUK in this one? I'm not sure. But obviously this lap doesn't really count, so I did turn it down. How much time do I have? 5.5 minutes. I didn't actually go out in practice, but I was here setting stuff up. And I did see that I think it was not waiting for people to complete their laps. Like when the clock went to 0, it just stopped everyone mid-lap, so I should keep that in mind. Yeah, I don't like this braking zone. At least the lap is going to be valid so far. I didn't ruin the lap in the previous one already, so that's good. Yeah, probably I should have like a kind of a safe lap on the board, so I'm not last. So let's do that first. Well, I did a bit of a practice session yesterday, and I braked earlier than I did there, so that's why I was so confident the second time. I'm not sure what's causing that, because I think I'm supposed to have soft tires and not that much fuel, so I'm not sure what's the difference here that made me miss that turn so much, but anyway, I should continue just for practice, like the lap is, you know, has any merit to it. So the lack of the ABS actually doesn't bother me that much. The TC was interesting because by default it had it on and I kept spinning because I'm not used to it, and I thought that why I have TC I can just jump on the throttle, regardless of everything. I can just, be an idiot with it and it would save me, but it didn't. So now that I actually have to pay attention for it and be careful, I'm actually not really spinning the rear wheels that much. So here I'm going to be careful as well. I should know that I have to brake here earlier than I'm used to for some reason. Also, this last turn is puzzling me a bit. Like for one, if I should brake or not, because you can make it with just a lifting, or at least... well, you can make it without a lift, or with just a lift without braking, but for me that's a bit uncomfortable. I'm not sure if I should brake just a bit. I'm not sure if I should be third or second gear going through there. I mean, here I know I should be in third. I'm not sure why I did that, but anyway, it was helping the rotation. Okay, so turn 1 and 2 survived. That's a good sign. That's way more than I could achieve before. Okay, so far, nothing so good, but at least I kept it between the white lines and facing the right direction, so that's something. So do I have the MGUK? Yes, I think I have it on full. Here I don't really have a marker. I think I could brake at the like 50-meter board when I can kind of see it on the top right when I get there. Here I might leave. No, I didn't leave it. That was perfect. At least the check limit side was perfect. It was slow as hell, but at least it's legal. Okay, so we only have time for one more lap after this. So this should be the safe banker lap. And it already kind of is, but even more. And then on the next lap, I'm just going to go flat out and risk everything. I'm gonna say in a 2-hour race, I don't have much to lose with the qualifying position anyway. Okay, once again, that was really close on the track limits. Okay, so I think in like practice, I did a 31.5, I believe, or 6, something like that. I think this one is gonna be a 32 something. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's pretty bad, but I'm not last. Okay, so this is the risky lap. Bit of gravel, we love that. A bit of a tank slapper, but nothing too crazy. I think I braked a bit too early. Was cautious on throttle. Hopefully it's going to play out nicely. I didn't gain much time since turn 2. Here I could brake quite a bit later and turn in earlier. Yeah, that was a 2 times gain. That was useful. I was careful on exit. I think I could have went on the throttle earlier, but still I gained a lot of time because I was even more careful on the last lap. Here I'm really careful because of the sausage curves. I don't really like losing them, but you just gain so much if you jump on them that I have to. Okay, so this one I should brake a bit later than on the last lap. Yeah, that's gonna be about it. And not brake here this time. Yeah, exit was slightly better. So what is this gonna be? I think it's similar to what I did yesterday. Yeah, 31.6. I think that's kind of where my best time is at the moment. So I have just enough time to practice turn 1 again. Go for a second. I thought that I could finish the lap, but I cannot. Okay, where am I? P5 out of P10. Yeah, the guy behind me is quite far with those 4 times. And the ones in front of me, I think I can really touch them, at least the first 2 certainly not. Okay, so race strategy. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm turning this to the max because I think with that one I can survive for an hour. And I can make it with one pit stop in the middle. What's the tire that everyone is choosing? Mediums? I mean, when I practiced, the car only had softs, like in single player, for some reason. And I didn't know that the car had other compounds. Apparently it does. So I'm going to be safe anyway and go for the mediums. My brother, I'm on the mediums. Why do you say soft in the menu? And do I have full fuel? Hopefully medium tires. Yes. I'm increasing the volume a bit because it was a bit quiet. I have no idea how to start this, but let's see it. I'm a bit nervous now. Hopefully I don't spin at the start. That's my only real goal. I think that was alright. Okay, deployment is on 100. I'm gonna be careful into turn 1. Not something I said. Okay, this guy was not careful into turn 1. Okay, 1 position gained. that's low-key better than expected. Okay, not second. Why did I do that? Okay, I think I'm third though, and I'm not sure why it's saying 3 above the name of that guy. Okay, so this black Porsche seems to be quite fast, but only lap 1, so I'm not going to get into that so much. I'm not going to pay that much attention to it. We're starting behind the black Porsche, right? I think so. I didn't really look at the names and the liveries and stuff. Minor rear locking like a legend. Okay, so I have the discharge on full. I'm not sure if I should. I think I'm bringing it down to like 80 or something. Like, it's a 2-hour race. I don't want to risk so much at the start. Okay, minor rear slide once again, but that's okay. I did lift a bit here just for safety. I think I'm faster than this guy, so maybe I should be a bit more aggressive. I don't want to be swallowed by the guy behind me. I think I was trying some funny business there on the inside, but I didn't really want to acknowledge that, to be honest. Okay, once again, I was a bit like indecisive on throttle, but I do not really feel the car yet, so I'm trying to be careful. Thank you. It's difficult to be careful when they hit you from behind. Okay, actually I thought that I'm like overly cautious into the chicane, but both laps, that's like the only place on the track where I gained time compared to the car behind. Okay, let's put it to 100. Can I make something happen here? I mean, I think I'm gaining what I'm like 2 tenths behind, or I have no idea how much behind I am. He fell for it. Put it up to 100, let's go. He thinks that's gonna work for me. Keep dreaming, bro. It low-key did. Damn it. Where did you come from? Minor look up. Don't spin me around, please. Okay, I'm not doing so well on energy. I just saw that. Okay, minor contact once again. Oh boy. What is this guy doing exactly? I'm going to launch this up the inside. It doesn't matter what you think about this, but it's gonna happen. Deserved. Okay, do I have significant damage? I'm not sure. Also, where is everyone behind me? Okay, white flag. What happened to the guy? Okay, he stopped existing momentarily. Okay, going to like decrease deployment for just a bit so I can like catch my breath here. Okay, so far the car feels good. Apparently damage is on. I think it's on full, but I did try and like practice. I mean, what I did in single player yesterday. And when I had some slight damage, I don't think it was really causing anything. So I did a few races in ranked, and I had much bigger chance than this, and the car was fine. So I'm not sure. I don't really feel anything. Okay, I'm not sure if being that stubborn on the last lap, feel like the third lap or something in a 2-hour race was wise. I mean, I know it wasn't, but I sensed the opportunity, also the opportunity to spin, but I didn't really take that. Okay, so the Porsche in second is actually, I think, faster than us, but he's making mistakes. I mean, that's why he's close to us in the first place. That's why he was behind me in the first place. Okay, this is my chance. Put it up to 100, yes. Okay, I mean, there is no way you can come back from that one, right? I mean, at least you shouldn't, if you ask me. I mean, he's certainly trying to. Yes, there was in fact a lot of space there. I agree. So how much does he hate me? What do you think? How much do I hate myself is the bigger question, probably. Is the track clear? It's not. Where is the map? Okay, now it's clear. Okay, nobody's behind me. I think behind me are only the GTs, yes. Okay, so there's one guy that quit. So now there's 9 of us and I'm 9, so I'm last of the category. Okay, so I'm trying to think about what happened. Like, there was that first incident with the Porsche where I went up the inside and he braked really late, so I, in order to outbrake him, I had to like cut the course, and I did get back in front of him, but that was not intentional. I mean, I was, to be fair, hoping that would happen, but it wasn't intentional. But after that, so he stayed in front of me, he continued, I overtook him because he made a mistake clearly, and I tried to find a space on the inside that didn't really exist. Okay, but I gotta say, now the car is a bit different. I want to say that. The steering is lighter. I don't think it's pulling into any direction, because I might be talking complete BS. I'm not sure if damage is enabled after this, because I cannot see anything. I'm not sure if there is a menu in this game to check it. Unfortunately, I don't think there is. It would be very useful though. Also, what's happening to the battery? Like, I changed the deployment. I brought it down quite a bit. And it's still depleting it, I think, quite quickly. So I'm going to bring... Oh, I didn't bring it down that much actually. That explains it. I mean, it wasn't 100, now it's at, okay, now it's only 20. I think that was just a skill issue, nothing wrong with the car probably. Also, what is VE79? Or like the bottom right of the steering wheel? I have no idea. And I'm not sure what those 4 numbers are supposed to mean. I think it should be tire life, like percentage, which is obviously not realistic to show on a steering wheel, although I'm not sure with the technology of today, but I think it shouldn't be realistic, but I think that's what it means. I mean, based on that, tire wear is barely existing. I thought that the mediums wouldn't make an hour so easily. Apparently they would, because yeah, 10 minutes past 1/6 of the first stint, and yeah, 94 to 98% if that actually is that, so that's not too bad. I should take into consideration that I decreased the deployment, so I should be able to brake later everywhere, because other like aspects of the car didn't really change. I mean, at least they shouldn't have. Okay, so obvious goal for the race to stay ahead, or at least finish ahead of that Porsche, who is my enemy for some reason, apparently. Okay, please. Please consider my existence, thank you. Well, that was one anticlimactic overtake, but I'm not last anymore. Minor track limit violation. What was the incident count? I didn't actually see it. I should probably not abuse that much, because I had a couple of crashes and I might have more. Yeah, that lockup there is kind of scary if it happens. Yeah, here I can brake in a straight line mostly, so no lockups or funny business is happening that much. Okay, I think I can increase it to 30% because it's degenerating quite a lot. And also no GTs yet. I mean, I did have 2 crashes, so obviously didn't gain much time on them, but I would have imagined that they have their issues as well, so lapping would be here in no time. But this is my first multi-class race. I mean, I did some in like Forza Motorsport 6 Opel lobbies. That was fun. How like everyone got a head start in the lower classes, and then we do a bunch up at the end. That was incredible actually. But yeah, nothing like real, nothing in a realistic game, so I'm not sure how quickly it's supposed to arrive. I mean, I have watched, and I still am, like endurance races IRL, but I never really paid attention as to when that is happening exactly, like at which lap, after how many minutes. I'm not sure, but they are like around T1, 2, 3, so they are still quite a way away from me. Okay, there was some rotation from the rear that I didn't feel before in that turn, so that was certainly helping to turn in. It's a bit scary though, because I don't want to turn in due to lockups, because that's not a very reliable strategy. Okay, so I'm getting close to the Lambo. I'm not going to increase deployment just yet, because into turn 1 I'm not going to be close enough anyway. So I should brake a bit earlier. Yeah, I mean, he brakes quite late actually, so it wasn't necessary. Okay, maybe here. Okay, let's see. Is he going to acknowledge me? He is. I'm not sure why I put myself into this position, but should be able to make it around the outside. Okay, I have it on 100. I should out accelerate him, yes. Well, that was one of the moves of all time, that's for sure. Can probably decrease the MGUK. I think I have like a safe distance, or at least close to safe. Okay, so I'm not sure who was the Porsche that crashed with me. I'm not sure about the name. Oh boy. Actually, I thought this was gonna be late, but it was perfect. Like, that's always how I felt with braking zones, that when I feel like it's a bit too late, that's usually when it's going to be absolutely perfect and on the limit, which is obviously what you want, but I don't want to sweat in every single braking zone, to be fair. Oh boy. Okay, 24 out of 50 incident points. We are getting to the halfway point of that. How much time has passed? 15 minutes, so 1/8 of the race. Did I count that correctly? Yeah. Yeah, but obviously the first few laps are the most incident heavy. Okay, where do I have deployment? Okay, I just put it down to 40. I think that's gonna be enough for some cruising. And how's tire life? 91 to 97. Bro, you don't even need mediums. Softs would have been enough, I'm pretty sure. Well, first let's see how they hold up after the entire stint and then decide, but I think I'm going for softs next time. Also, do I remember the buttons that I set up for the pit stops and everything? Hopefully I do. I'm not sure actually. I can remember kind of which buttons like are dealing with the pit stops, but I'm not sure which one does what. Because they're like, so you can bring up a menu and you can request a pit stop, but you can also like change the details of that, like tires, fuel, everything. I'm not exactly sure which button does what. Obviously the D-pad is like moving it around, but there are certain buttons that bring up the menu and for the request. I'm not sure which one is which, but it should be safe to just mess around with them and find out somehow. Okay, so what's the gap? It's like for the two people that are the furthest from me that I can see, 20 and 10, yeah, that was about it when I checked it 2 laps ago. Nice 21.11. Once again, the steering wheel was vibrating so much that the microphone stand was making some sort of a noise. Okay, so I think Stefan is the one that was like close to me and at similar speed, who is like 9.4 away or something like that. Okay, I'm at the halfway mark of the incident points. But did something happen because like Stefan lost a lot of time? Oh, it's the GTs. Oh, hell yeah. But is it? Yeah, I think so. Okay, my first blue flags are coming up. And I'm like on the better end of it, but it's gonna be scary. I'm like actually nervous about this because I know that you can like mess up with like obviously left traffic quite a lot. But I have like zero experience in it. So let's see. I mean, he's like very friendly to me. That's amazing. I wish I could like wave to him or something. So that's one of the GTs done out of 15, I think. Okay, I'm arriving on the right, please. Okay, that did put me off a bit. I was trying to be so careful being on the outside and that I cut the course just a bit. Okay, they're staying to the right, I believe. What are you going to do, Italian BMW driver? Hope you're staying to the right as well. Thank you. You should do the same. I should probably not be racking up the incident points, especially unnecessarily, but okay, so first wave of GTs went through without issues, I would say. I did have like one of them up or like two of them up a bit, but it's part of the game. I mean, we are both like holding each other up to an extent, so that's kind of normal. You cannot do it without any time loss at all. Okay, Stefan is quite a bit closer to me, so he must have had an incident somewhere. I mean, if I meet him so much, I will be disqualified at some point. Okay, I'm not overtaking into here, I'm wise enough for that. But I will try to get a good exit. Yes, staying to the left, but that was nice and predictable. That was also very nice. Yeah, like on the brakes, they are not that much slower, so I think they're staying to the right. Thank you, Marco, with my livery. legend. I'm not sure why I said that I'm not a big fan, but oh boy. Okay, maybe I'm hallucinating and I'm like trying to explain a skill issue, but I think tire wear started to like be felt, or it should be like 95-ish% at least on the rear, so it shouldn't really affect me that much. If someone was on the grass a bit for some reason, I should really not cut that turn. Okay, 27 incident points out of 50. Then there's a freeway hypercar battle actually with like one GT in front of me, I just realized it. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. I decreased the deployment so I can save a bit of energy for the inevitable dogfight. I don't really want to get like into this melee before like the main straight. Can I overtake the Mantai Porsche into the chicane? I think so. Okay, well, in trying to get through the lap traffic, I did rear-end quite a bit the BMW, but it was not my intention. Okay, that's one safe overtake. Hopefully that BMW driver is not mad at me. Although that's quite an interesting sentence to say, because it's very unlikely, but especially towards another BMW driver. Like, I'm not sure if I should have been going for that move on the Porsche, to be honest, on the GT car. I mean, it was alongside, but that's the braking zone that I hate the most. So I wasn't really confident. And I did look up, I wanted to brake a bit later so I can get the overtake done, but I didn't want to do anything with the like hypercar. Okay, are you slow? Should I make a move here? I think I will not. I should like rewire my brain. I'm not really doing any endurance races ever. I'm used to like Forza races that are like 2 or 3 minutes, where you cannot really be patient. You have to make every move count because you don't have simply time for anything. But here that's obviously not the case. Here I should brake earlier, especially when there's a car in front of me. Okay, now let's use that deployment up. Okay, let's keep it on 84 now. Should I do a Rossi? No. I would not do that. Okay, so deployment on 80, I think I will bring it down to like 70 because I'm not making a move here anyway, but I should watch out for the Lambo behind me. Actually, I'm not that far, but obviously not enough to make a move. Brother, I'm saying that to myself, especially now. Well, I just received a warning and gave someone a free position. That wasn't my best 5 seconds. Oh boy, and the free position would have been mine if I kept it clean. I mean, it could still be. Okay, up to 100. Can I make this work? What do you think? No, actually, I'm not going to. I don't want so much damage already, even though I'm still not sure if that exists in this race. But the incident points, now those exist. I have proof of that. Okay, meanwhile, the like Porsche that I have my history with is escaping completely. Yeah, and I should keep in mind that this is the driver, the BMW in front of me that I hit earlier. So he's probably had enough of me already. Raise your hand if you were scared. I'm raising it right now, you cannot see it. the last thing I wanted is to do the same, but I was waiting to be completely straight for optimal braking performance. Let's say that. And yeah, that happened quite late because I was not on the racing line. And the corner was coming up quicker than I expected it, so I did lock everything up. Thankfully I managed to not hit the BMW, so hopefully that was a clear indication to him that I'm not hostile, I'm just bad. Because I was quite clearly yanking the steering wheel to the right when it was possible, in order to avoid him and, well, basically everyone else as well around him. Okay, so we might get in a few climber laps. Very step on, almost 5 seconds. Yeah, that was bad. I mean, something happened with him when the lapping started, where he lost a bunch of time, like almost 10 seconds or something. But now he made it up, thanks to the slower traffic as well. Or, I mean, well, not directly because of it, but we were so occupied with each other that he managed to escape once again. But I think we are going to meet later. Okay, so he's how much is the gap? 0.9 behind me. I'm going to monitor that because I feel like it's a bit quicker, but I'm going to look at the end of this lap to see if I'm right on that. I'm going to decrease it to like 50%. That was very cautious. Probably too cautious, but I would rather lose a few tenths here and there than be in the wall. Yeah, that was an interesting racing line in front of me from the Lambo. I'm not sure if he had like an issue. Probably. Okay, we're back to P, whatever is it, 5, I think. And I almost binned it myself. I probably should shut up about that. I'm starting to lock the fronts even more. And in the discrepancy of the tire wear, if that really is it, it's quite noticeable that I'm using the front right so much, which makes sense because of the left turns. But I'm not used to longer races actually. I think it's a skill that I should develop at some point, especially if I want to continue this. But I'm not really worried about tire wear. I don't really know how to save them that much because I never had to. So like right now I'm like kind of flat out, like I'm not dealing with like fewer tires or anything. I'm just not on 100%, more like 90-ish. Just simply knowing that the race is long and I don't wanna crash. And like risk, or like let's say risk a crash when it's not necessary. So I am going a bit slower than tiny bit slower than I could be, but not really in a tire managing way, let's say. Yeah, and this one, like many others, is just a skill issue where I'm just losing time and like tire wear and everything, so obviously it's not good in any way, but they happen. Yeah, braking at the 50-meter board here seems to be working, and what's the gap behind me? 1.6, I think I'm faster overall. That was on accident quite good actually, at least in my books, that turn. And was the gap in front? 5.1, yeah, I think that gap went up, not down, unfortunately. Okay, 1/4 of the race done. How much fuel did I use? Well, about 40 liters, so the full 89 is actually not necessary for an hour-long stint. That's gonna be too late. Kind of. Okay, maybe a tiny bit of tire wear is started to show up. Oh, come on. But it's so bad though that you get a warning for every time you leave the check, even if you don't gain any time. That's kind of unfair if you ask me, but I get that it would be difficult to police. I mean, they are policing it because you can get a slowdown penalty, I'm pretty sure, if you actually like gain a lot. So the game is actually taking that into consideration. But it wants you not to go off the track in either way. Okay, thank you, my man. You were very nice to me the last time as well. Oh, come on. Okay, 34 out of 50. I'm not doing well with the incidents. A premature disqualification would be kind of awkward, but it's on the table. I have the name Canvas the Menace for a reason. I mean, that reason being because Canvas was already taken, but regardless, I couldn't really think of a better name, even though it's not rhyming or anything, so I'm not sure why I went with that actually, but now I use it in so many places that it might stuck. But yeah, and the other version I have, when it's not a first name, last name separately, this Canvas was taken, which is also kind of cliche because it's like obvious that I took it from Jim, at least the idea. Probably he was not the first one to figure that one out, but that's the first where many people saw it. Or at least for me, that's true, certainly. 21 laps already, it didn't feel like that much, it felt more like 12 or something. Okay, so thinking about pit stops, honestly, well, let's wait and see how the tire wear develops. Like front right is the worst. It went down 18% in the half of the stint. So it's going to be 36% down. There's going to be like 64 by the end. Yeah, I'm not sure how good that is in this game. So probably using the softs would be a bit too risky. But for fuel, I certainly don't need that much. Like, I used up only 40 for the first 30 minutes, so 80 liters per stint, but I'm going to have some left over. I only need like 70 and a bit on the next stop, so we have to set that up somehow. Oh boy, I'm getting close to the guy. I can smell the disqualification, for one of us at least. I'm not gonna hold back, that's not why I'm here. I'm obviously not trying to hit anyone or anything. I'm just not sure how mad he's at me. To be fair, the way he was driving, I think he's mad at the word, like altogether, but I think he might have special people in his heart, like me. I'm decreasing my MGUK deployment. I'm getting ready for the battle. I want to reach him with a completely full battery to give myself the best shot at this. I mean, obviously, like, if I think about risk management, which is funny coming from me given what happened in the last 30 minutes, but if I do think about risk management, obviously he's a very risky guy to go alongside. Especially for me after the history we have from the beginning of the race. And also I have a lot of incident points, so like a couple of more crashes could end up with a disqualification for me, but probably for him as well, to be honest. I'm not sure how much he's taking that into account. I guess not that much. Okay, nice. For a second I thought he's gonna go left. That would have been a bit unpredictable, but I mean, I was ready for it. I felt like I was very close to just shunting there on my own. I didn't really feel stable on the brakes, but I managed to get through there in one piece. was thinking of a One Piece song, but there's nothing I come to mind. I don't really know them, but that would have been a good callback. I mean, I could sing some more than talking, but I'm not in the mood for that at this moment. Maybe if I finish on the podium, I will. I mean, obviously for that we would need, well, for one to survive, 2 to overtake this guy somehow, and 3 to have a major accident for someone that is currently in the top 3. Oh, aren't you being held up by a GT? Oh, that's what a shame. Okay, I'm waiting half a second. Okay, after what went down with him, I don't want any risk. Calm down, bro. I'm not going up your inside. I'm just cutting the check. Yeah, I didn't really judge that well because obviously I didn't want to go alongside, so I had to brake a bit more than usual. But I was slower and I turned in at the same time, meaning that I turned in earlier. Like I cut the course more, leading to I don't know how many incident points at this point. Okay, I'm certainly in the zone where I'm like upsetting him. So I could just wait for a mistake. I mean, I'm pretty sure that this guy's gonna happen at some point, but so is it going to happen with me, so... Oh boy. I'm not engaging in that, thank you. Okay, nicely managed. He's gonna get away a bit, but I think he's gonna come back towards me at some point, so... That's good. Okay, gotta say these GTs so far are behaving very nicely, so that's good to see. I mean, so far it has been us hypercars being like absolute toolbacks, especially to each other. Okay, fellow Hungarian. I wish I could like wave at people still or like use the hazard lights or something, but I mean, I cannot even flash. I don't have it binded to any button because I'm, let's say, short on buttons. Like the steering wheel that I'm using is, it's not that small, but it doesn't have that many buttons. I don't have like a Stream Deck or anything extending that, so I have a very limited tool set. Okay, so after all of that, the gap went up to 1.5 seconds. Like exactly a lap ago, I was like almost hitting him. And it went up a bit, but yeah, what comes around it. What? If it goes around, it comes around or something like that. I don't know the saying fully, but something like that. First, when we reached that queue, I was gaining on him, which makes sense, but then he got it all back. Oh boy. I'm not going for an overtake here, you can calm down. Maybe I'm going for an overtake here. Yeah, that's what I needed to wait for. Just a mistake. It was inevitable with him. I mean, it's kind of inevitable with me as well at some point, but at least temporarily I'm ahead of him and in one piece. Okay, so now that I could overtake him cleanly and I have a bit of a gap, which is like 1.4 seconds at this point, I'm somewhat confident that I can get through this without disqualification. What I'm not so confident about, however, is that VE on the bottom right, that I have no idea what that is. It's going down, and now it's red. What the hell does that mean? I mean, surely nothing good. Honestly, I would have been willing to wait even more with this, but I had to do it because Stefan is right here. So where did he come from? Like, he gained a second on me. To be fair, now that I look at the dash, I did lose a second. So it makes sense. He's letting me by, I think. Nice. How did he get through that? Well, with a yellow flag, that's how. What's my deployment? I think we could get it up to 80 so I can build a bit of a gap. So did that Porsche expect me on the left side? I think he did, because he was like on the middle when I was overtaking him, and when I got like fully alongside, he just yanked the steering wheel a bit to the left. I mean, it was varying in that case with the GTs, like who's going which side, so I think it was on the cars. Like actually him being in the middle was kind of nice because I had the option to go either side. Yes, I was. Okay, so I am seeing a message on the left claiming that I have a stop and go. Virtual energy depleted. What the hell does that mean? I know that from the like VAC and IMSA like broadcast that it should mean like a combination of the regular fuel and the battery percentage, like actual energy you have in the car. And like what's happening? Is everyone pitting and like what? Running low on fuel or battery. How? I have 30 more liters of fuel and I have almost a full battery. Okay, there's certainly a rule I'm not aware of. And am I gathering incident points with that? Because it didn't say so, so I think I'm safe without the... Am I going to get another one? Okay, someone else just got one, like whoever's in P5 got one as well, like the same penalty as me. Okay, that's funny, I had a slowdown penalty, but I was too caught up in reading it that I accidentally served it. It is kind of good because I know that my incident points didn't go up, at least. Okay, how long is the stop and go? I think not that long. I was just trying to say how I was thinking about having a bathroom break during the pit stop, even though I don't think I can make it on time realistically, because I need like a minute at least for that. And like a tire change and a full tank of fuel is not going to take that long nearly as much, so... But I mean, there are still over an hour left. I have to go at some point. Okay, I'm very much puzzled by this, because like, it's obviously not true that I ran out of energy. And as you can see, the car is still going. So there must be like an extra rule that I'm not aware of, even though in the menus, I don't think it was mentioned anywhere. At least I know the solution that VE is virtual energy. So I learned something today. So I'm not sure how the low latency is affecting the stream, because like during testing, I think I was accidentally using the normal latency, which is like 15 to 20 seconds of delay on chat messages. And like well, that much like delay like, altogether, but obviously it's most important with the chat messages. And I turned it to low, which is like 5 to 10 seconds. You can also try ultra low, which is like 5 seconds-ish, maybe a bit less. Like 2 to 5 seconds, something like that. But in like way earlier tests, the ultra low was getting the stream laggier. So I'm trying to go with low every time, but I forgot to test it. I tested it with normal. I mean, with that it looked perfect for me, but I'm not sure if it's bad now with the low latency. I didn't actually do a test. Hopefully it's not that bad. Okay, what they're trying to achieve here. Staying on the left, okay. So I think I remember the button for the pit limiter. I don't know when the pit lane starts exactly, Because there is just a line, but there are multiple white lines here. Okay, perform penalty, stop and go. I can't help but notice that I didn't stop for the stop and go. I think that might be an issue. Like if you ask me, that's issue territory. They have a stop and go and I didn't stop, I just did a drive through. I mean, obviously I didn't get hit with the penalty. Is he just letting me by for whatever reason? Is he lapped or something? I think he is. Okay, so that's weird though, because there was that like pit stop manager or whatever, and it was still like showing all the like tire changes and fuel and stuff, even though it was selected that I'm serving a stop and go. So can I like serve it and have work on the car at the same time? I'm pretty sure I cannot. Who is this guy, by the way? Well, someone who is faster than me. I mean, I'm not gonna just slow down and let him by because I'm entering pit lane anyway. Okay, let's see. Am I going to remember where to stop? Okay, so 100 meters-ish. Okay, I can see it. Stop engine. I'm pressing the buttons, brother. So I cannot pause the game to check out what's the button for that. Okay, so I'm pressing all kinds of buttons. Okay, I'm pressed almost the whole keyboard and my steering wheel. My engine is in fact not stopped. I think that can be taken as a bit of an issue. Okay, only one I'm like pressing is the one for the HUD replacement. Okay, can I not? Okay, so I'm in the garage and I cannot see any options for getting back out there. Okay, just to get the like right answer, yeah. Oh, the ignition has been on the steering wheel. And which one? Oh. So I did have it set up. Last minute yesterday, I must have changed it. First it was on the keyboard somewhere. I pressed everything on the keyboard and everything that I was thinking was likely to be this on the steering wheel. Apparently I was wrong. I did want to check this out before the race, but it didn't have the time to get here, I think, or didn't have the option, I'm not sure. But overall, what's important is that I couldn't check the key bindings. So I didn't know. Well, I mean, the race was already kind of ruined by the stop and go, to be fair. And the fact that I needed a break, so I think that must be a premature end because I cannot seem to be able to get back out there. Well, that's it then. Let me find OBS. Okay. So that's, I did gain a position somehow. Let's go. Am I 20? Yeah, I think must have been other people who like quit. There are some GTs, and I think there was like a hypercar who quit. No, I think that's all of us. Where someone did like after lap one, some not less technically. I did not finish the race. I almost went halfway. That's something. Also, what threw me off is that when I practiced yesterday, my pit box was obviously at different places. It was on the end or like at the end of the pit lane. But this one was like almost the first one, and I forgot that that might be a change to pay attention to. So yeah, so that was that. Am I getting anything out of this special events? Finished. Yeah, it says that it's finished for me. In the main menu, can I at least look at the replay? Okay, let's do that. I think I'm going to decrease the game volume. Okay, decreased it a lot because when for the videos, at least for the intro and the outro, I checked out with the videos I have online, the replays. They were much louder than the normal gameplay, so I have it turned down now. I think it shouldn't be like completely quiet, but almost. And let's mess around with this before leaving, because I obviously had a couple of incidents that are worth looking at. Where was it? Well, I guess already left one is interesting. Okay, so I think select camera, TV, or like, no, let's see, chase. Okay. I don't need that. Thank you very much. I'm not sure how to change that actually, but I can hide UI. I have to press H anyway. Amazing refs. Ideal RPM for a start. Can I move this around? No, I cannot. It's not a free camera. Wait, do you have one? Okay, you have one, brother. Okay, chase. I think that's our best option for this. Okay, what happened in front? Yeah, he was already like very aggressive. I noted that at the start. Like, was it actually... I wanna see it, wait. Like, what happens to this guy? He drives into the back of the leader and then goes off. That's what happens. Okay, here I think I was safe for a bit, no? I'm going to stop it and play it at normal speed when something happens from my side. Yeah, there was an attempt around the outside, but it didn't happen. And where was our incident with the car in front? I cannot actually remember fully. I think it was like lap 3. Until then, I think I was like cautious and like waiting for him. So I'm looking at the virtual energy, like in this HUD. I'm not sure if it's going to change because it's still 100 over like almost a full lap, and yeah, the fuel is also not being changed. It's kind of offsetting though that there is that graph for the battery which is blue and in the same color. There is the number for the fuel, which is obviously not the same. And you would think that they are connected, but they are absolutely not. Okay, so far not much happened ever since that turn on the left. So we're on lap 2, yeah, P3. It was Stefan, in fact, yes. I think I figured that out after a while that he was the guy that I had incidents with. Okay, the black Porsche hit me here a bit. I think that was the last that I've seen of him. And also with this speed, the sound is reminiscent of like actual V10, or I'm not sure, maybe V12 F1 sounds. or like the Valkyrie. Okay, I had a look to scare him and it worked. But he made the switchback and... yeah, there's a bit of a touch, but that was cool. I had to defend here a bit. Yeah, he was the guy who went off, kind of on his own, in turn 1, and he was faster than us. Now here, oh, wait, let's rewind. So guy goes off the track on his own. I have just been overtaken by someone who is clearly faster than the both of us. So what happens? I'm going to play it in slow motion actually. He's getting better track. We are going towards the left to avoid him. And then he's still coming across. I mean, he just rejoined completely into the guy, and I also went to like... I was trying to avoid this collision. I think at this point he like noticed me, or... yeah, not really, to be fair. And like from his side... what's gonna happen here? All the names are in a messed up order. So I'm kinda clear, but... yeah, I mean, the only way he could make that work is that he hit me and went off the track. So... that doesn't really need a slow motion. Okay, where am I? How do I get rid of that? Okay, that's not how. Anyway. Let's see it. Okay, let's rewind for a bit. So... if I'm trying to make a move, he's covering it. But not fully. Like I brake later than him, but I also locked up in the process. Obviously I was on a very bad line. And I really didn't want to cut the course, so I braked a lot, but I locked up the rear spun right into him, which was not on purpose. And yeah, he got back in front of me. I'm not sure if anyone has overtaken me here. Yeah, I know, because there was a gap behind us. So this was lap 3. I think more happens for lap 4. Actually, I could do it like this. Oh yeah, this is gonna be it. Let's look at his POV. So he made a mistake. I'm overtaking him. Ducks back behind me, and what happens here? I'm covering the inside, quite obviously. Okay, so in my POV, when it was happening, I thought that I have a bit of a responsibility because I left the gap there or something. But I did not. At least not a full car length, like car width. I mean, that's like... I obviously I was on the left here completely, but it was the straight is not straight here completely, so it's left turn. And I did get a bit to the right, naturally, because of that. And he was going towards the right. So okay, everything's cool. And not even in reaction to him. I just know him and I wanted to get back fully to the line. Like that, it's barely a car at this point. And yeah, I mean, we are going towards the braking zone, and yeah, I think I start braking here and he as well, but he has to be like halfway off the course. And then just crashes into me. Okay, and then where is the lap traffic? Where do I catch up to these guys? Okay, has it already happened? No, this is the overtake on the Lamborghini. I mean, we could watch this one as well, because this one was a decent move. I mean, I was quite far going into turn 1, but I think he went a bit wide, and that put me much closer to him. Yes, he had a bad exit. He was coming, I put up the MGUK. I was like, okay, we are going to go side by side, but I was a bit careful, I didn't want to wreck him. But I'm like, okay, going for the switchback. For the switchback here means that you're on the outside of the slow turn, which is obviously not ideal, but I tried to brake late and get around the outside, which kind of happened. There was a bit of contact, but that's completely part of the game, and then I out-accelerated him, so yeah. That was completely fine. And then nothing for a while. Okay, GTs start to appear. Okay, where is the action with other hypercars? Okay, it's all going down in front of me already. Okay, here it was. Like obviously he could lap the Porsche here, and I tried to go with him. To be fair, I didn't even brake that late. I didn't brake later than usual. I just felt like I was. I looked up immediately. Yeah, I mean, could have kind of made the turn. I don't think, not on the apex, but I could have turned in, but yeah, unfortunately I hit him, but it was like quite square on from the back, so he didn't spin. Yeah, so we survived this incident, and then I think it took a bit of time to get back to where I was. Yeah, here I think I was cautious. I backed out of this one. It's all going down in front. The Porsche is defending for his life. And nothing happening into the chicane yet. Yeah, I mean, they were like concertinaing up, so that's why the Lambo slowed down and I could take the place. Okay, so that was obvious there. He made a mistake. Did I get back at him? No, I don't think I did here. No, I didn't. Where did the Lamborghini come from? I think I had this question live when it was happening as well. Did we go off or something? Oh no, I just had a tank slapper, yeah. That explains it. And he made a mistake on his own as well. I tried to take advantage of this, but then also here I wasn't even alongside, so I didn't want to try anything silly into this turn. Yeah, here I think the Porsche got away because we were all messing with each other. And there was like a sketchy like lap traffic moment somewhere, like here. Ooh, that was close. Live it felt even closer, but it wasn't. Oh, that's not what I wanted. So I tried to not brake until I'm like straight, to not lock up, but I had to start braking because of that later. I mean, didn't have to, but I did. Yeah, what did it look like? Martinez. Let's look at your POV. Where are you there? Like, what did it look from his side? What did it look like? Okay, I'm just a GT car, strolling around, la 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 la. Hypercar almost wrecked the other one, and okay, let's take the place. Why not? Okay. Nothing crazy. And then BMW made a mistake. I caught up to the Lambo, I think, at some point. I can't really remember that, but I know that I overtook the Porsche because he made a mistake right in front of me. I think it's towards the chicane. Yeah, but a lap later. Because there I lost a bit of time, wasn't very efficient with the lap traffic. But yeah, but here he made a mistake. It was really close and we didn't even intend on overtaking, but I discouraged him enough that he went off on his own. Okay. Well then, that was an experience. I'm not sure when I'm going live next. There are no special events. What is this GT4? Okay, we'll have a look around with the like weekly and daily setting or like lobbies. I'm not sure if I will be live, not for the rest of the weekend, that's for sure, but we'll see. So anyway, that was my first live stream. There's a lot to improve, but I think for the first attempt it wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't my first live anyway, because on Canvas Place I did have previous ones, but not here yet. So there's a first for everything. I'm glad that it's done. So thank you for watching. That was the first live stream here. Hopefully there will be many more. But until then, goodbye.